Yeah. Okay, Brenton.
Hello.
Okay. And myself. All right.
Hello.
Okay. So now that we've got that sound test out of the way, let's start this podcast.
Hello.
Is this the beginning of the...
Hello.
Is this the beginning?
Hello.
Is...
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to 8 Eyes on 3 Guests, the movie review podcast where we still don't have any questions because I didn't want to look at any of the old videos that were put up and see if there were questions. And also, I'm pretty sure there are none.
No, probably not. No one's watched them.
Maximum, the one I saw was like 30 views.
Yeah.
But like, hey, who knows? Maybe we'll pick up Steam someday and we'll have one question to answer.
Yeah, that'll be a great day.
That will be a great day.
We'll spend the whole podcast on
We've been hyping questions up for many podcasts now.
Yeah.
And they just, they haven't happened.
Well, let's see. What are our stats here? This is live, checking our stats.
Live.
So behind the scenes.
We watched Boogie Nights,
Little
by the way.
behind the curtain, yeah.
It was Eric's movie choice. We watched Boogie Nights. I believe Eric is going to take us through synopsis for today.
We're still tanking in the views. We're still fucking
5
rock
views.
bottom.
But like, that's fine.
Yeah.
We don't expect this to go anywhere.
No, of course not.
It's just fun.
Yes. So we watched Boogie Nights. It was my pick. Oh, special guest Rebeckah is here. Rebeckah joined us for Iron Man.
Just a bit. Yeah, special guest Rebeckah here for the second time.
Yeah.
But instead of a Marvel movie, she gets to watch Boogie Nights.
Yes, this was my pick. Boogie Nights is one of my favorite movies.
Also, we got me, myself, Brenton, as well as Eric.
Yeah, that's me, Eric.
And Alex.
Yeah, I'm your not-so-special guest.
Alex was missing in the last episode, the episode Into the Spider-Verse.
He was there for the first bit.
He was there for the first bit, but he disappeared.
Yeah.
Because he had to go pick up Rebeckah or some crap garbage that I do not remember.
Something to that effect.
Yeah.
And because of that, he was not in the podcast, but he is here today. Here to talk about the Boogie Nights.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this movie starts off.
Who's in it? Like, we got Mark Wahlberg, Burt Reynolds, Louise Guzman, Don Cheadle, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. I'm bad at knowing actors.
I'm bad at knowing actresses.
Who all?
Yeah, who else?
Alex, look up a list.
That's what I was doing.
Alright.
Let's see.
We're getting on it, everybody.
Yeah, it's...
Just bear with us.
We're doing it. This podcast is rolling.
Who else is it?
It's not as hectic as the previous one.
That's
Juliana Moore.
Oh, yeah.
Graham. John C. Reilly, of course.
Yeah, John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
Forgot about him. Wreck-It Ralph himself.
Yeah.
Me and Eric went and saw Wreck-It Ralph 2 in theaters.
Oh, yeah. Side note, Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Wreck-It Ralph 2? Bad movie.
Horrible. Not horrible. There's a couple great scenes, both of which involve the Disney princesses.
I think there's a couple great... I think there's good scenes that don't involve the Disney princesses. Not to get too into Wreck-It Ralph 2. Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. A disappointing sequel that I don't think needed to be made.
Yeah, 100% agree. Because the first one is good.
Yeah, the first one was quite good.
And it could have just stayed on its own.
I'm excited for Wreck-It Ralph 3, though.
What's that? What do you think Wreck-It Ralph 3 is going to be?
I hope Wreck-It Ralph 3...
Pitch me your Wreck-It Ralph 3.
Honestly, the most disappointing aspect of Wreck-It Ralph 2 is they cut down on the video game characters by a huge amount because Disney didn't want to deal with all that licensing
Also, all
crap.
the internet characters were boring as hell.
No, you're wrong because
the
virus guy.
Yeah, the virus guy is good.
And his boy,
or not the virus guy, but the pop-up guy.
Yeah, the pop-up. There's a pop-up guy who goes, "You guys want to make money playing video games?" And he's great. It's like J.M. McFeely or something. Like that shit. Oh, James Family. It's Family. There we go.
Yes.
Him and his partner are quite great in Wreck-It Ralph 2. But let's get back to Boogie Nights.
Okay.
Let's start Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights, it starts off, it's in a...
Don't eat my cheese.
Oh, I'm sneaking this cheese.
That cheese is not for you, Alex. I have a bag full of cheddar cheese. And Alex is eating all my damn cheese.
I thought you gave it
true.
to him.
I offered him some.
It's true,
I didn't want him to eat all my cheese.
Alex is eating the cheese.
Secret's out.
So, Boogie Nights, it starts off in a nightclub.
Yeah, they're in a nightclub. There's a small nightclub just nightclub happenings.
Where Mark Wahlberg is working. And,
he's working as like a busboy, a dishes boy.
Yeah, and Burt Reynolds and Roller Girl and a bunch of people in the movie are there.
Yeah.
And
most of the rest of the main cast.
Yes.
Such as Don Cheadle, Burt Reynolds, the guy who plays the Colonel. No, he doesn't show up till later, actually.
Yeah.
But it's set up scenes. It gives you a nice, interesting glimpse into the personality of every character.
Yeah, and eventually in the scene, it leads to Burt Reynolds' character walking into the kitchen where Mark Wahlberg is. And we find out that Mark Wahlberg, a 17-year-old
notorious
boy,
racist.
Yes.
Also famous actor.
Yeah, but racist first.
Technically, yes.
His Twitter bio says racist, father, actor, Christian, in that order.
Now, I won't say that Mark Wahlberg is currently a racist, but seriously, look it up if you didn't know. Mark Wahlberg did perform at least one hate crime.
Yes.
Not even a joke.
Yeah. It's a very serious thing.
It's honestly sad.
Yeah. So Mark Wahlberg, everybody, you can't see this, but
that's a visual joke. I'm saluting with my left hand and doing a slowed down version of Pomp and Circumstance.
That's the graduation song. He's doing a salute.
But it's slightly tuned to kind of sound like the national anthem.
Yeah.
It's honestly a great bit. It does not come across well.
It's incredibly specific.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but my dad just sneezed really loud.
What the hell was that?
It was a marshmallow kebab.
Marshmallow kebab?
Dude, that looks fucking awesome.
You get them around Christmas time. They're absolutely awful.
It's just bad peeps.
Dude. Oh, man. Thank you.
Oh, that's terrible. What the fuck?
Marshmallow kebabs, everyone.
This is like the worst marshmallow I've ever seen. What the hell?
Man. That is disgusting.
It's marshmallows that have been in a bag and then not very well sealed. Just kind of twisted shut.
Oh, I'm eating
They're
this whole
probably
thing.
from the dollar store.
Man.
So Boog Nights.
But yeah, Boog Nights. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so Burt Reynolds walks into the back while Mark Wahlberg is working. Mark Wahlberg's like, "Hey man, what's up?
You want to see my dick?
You want to see my cock? $5 just to see it, $10 to see me jerk off."
Mm-hmm.
And Burt Reynolds is like,
"What?
What? I'm Burt Reynolds. I direct porn in this movie."
Mm-hmm.
Burt Reynolds is the porn director. He's there to recruit Mark Wahlberg because Mark Wahlberg has a fucking horse cock.
Yeah. So Mark Wahlberg, he's really just trying to make something of himself. He's trying to make some money, get out of his parents' house. I forget what I was saying. Yeah.
He's making money from something. What? See,
this marshmallow is really bad.
it's killed Eric for like a whole second. It's honestly. You guys had to try one to understand, but marshmallow kebabs, terrible.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
Yeah. Sounds like a great idea though. Like I was thinking like a marshmallow kebab, that's awesome.
Dude, marshmallow kebab was said and I was like, wow, that sounds like surprisingly fun. You could do marshmallows and like roll them in candies or whatever and it'd be great. But guess what? It's fucking not.
Yeah.
This has turned into not a podcast about movies, a podcast about this marshmallow kebab.
It was never a podcast about movies. It was a podcast about our feelings about movies.
Yeah. It's a podcast about friendship. It's about annihilation. It's about the Declaration of Independence. Anyways,
about me putting my balls inside of Eric's mouth.
Yeah.
And then him gargling on them because he knows that he will never reach the creative heights that I shall.
It's also about the protection of the Second Amendment.
Yes.
Second Amendment rights.
Guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but if Obama tries to take our guns away, I won't let him.
Yeah. All right.
Obama's still president, right?
Yeah, it's 2018. Obama's been president for the last 10 years.
Yeah, 4 more years. He took over the world. He's a dictator.
Yeah. Also, we're not allowed to own guns anymore.
Yeah. But I still have all my guns because I hate Obama.
So Mark Wahlberg, he hates his life at home. His mom is mean.
1 second. I think what we just said might actually have us show up in a bunch of alt-right channels. Let me just clarify this. If you're an alright fucktard, fuck right off, alright? We don't need you in our audience.
I forget what was said.
We talked about hating Obama and how we won't let him take our guns away.
Oh, yeah, fuck Obama. He's never going to take our guns. Sorry, I'm glad we cleared that up.
That's obviously a joke, but like seriously, if you're an alt-right piece of shit, if you believe that black people are lesser than white people,
just join the club, pal.
if you're a misogynist, please fuck right off.
I'm co-opting this podcast. It's an alt-right podcast.
Please
now.
no, Aaron.
I've been.
We gotta get Ireland on
I've
this
been a double
podcast.
agent for the alt-right.
I've been trying to get Ireland on, but Eric's the one who doesn't want him.
No, Ireland will never be on 8 Eyes on 3. He can be on one of the other podcasts
Fuck
on
off,
this channel.
This is my podcast.
He can be on one of the other I fucking record and edit him.
I can do that.
Then do it.
No.
Look, you can have him on one of the other podcasts on this channel, just
No,
not on this movie
I'm gonna
podcast.
get him on a movie someday, and you're not even gonna notice that he was there.
Okay.
No, what I'll do, Eric, is we'll record one without you, and then I'll still make you edit it.
Okay, but I'm gonna edit the fuck out of it.
Just remove Ireland entirely.
Yeah.
That'd be a good bit.
Or I'll just do his voice.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah.
Right,
I'll rewrite his lines so that
so they're more coherent.
yeah, so that I can just use everything you say as a setup to like a different punchline.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Boogie Nights.
Yes.
There's more setup between Mark Wahlberg and his sad mom. Remember?
Yeah, he gets like a blowjob.
Yeah, he gets a blowjob from his girlfriend.
because Burt Reynolds asked him how he gets there, and he talks about taking the fucking bus, and you find out that he's dropped out of high school and that he has a girlfriend that he's been screwed around with. Remember?
Yeah.
And
I just didn't think all that was.
Yeah, and smoking
no,
marijuana.
it's important because this leads to the blow up with his mom.
Okay.
Which is, I think, the emotional crux of the film.
Okay. So.
But also, you have Roller Girl's backstory with her getting leered at in high school and just leaving and fucking quitting.
Yeah, so Roller Girl, who is at the nightclub, you just see her briefly. But she's sitting in class. They're taking a big exam.
Yeah, and she gets leered at.
She gets
goes,
leered at by this
fucking
fucking
drops out of high school.
douchebag guy, and then she rolls out of class on her roller skates. I don't know why she's like always wearing roller skates.
Because she's Roller Girl.
I mean, because her name is Roller Girl, but it's
actually,
like...
it's Brandy, but it's actually Roller Girl.
Well, yeah. So anyways, then Mark Wahlberg goes home.
No, he doesn't go home and get screamed at by his mom yet.
No.
That happens after he gets a blowjob from Roller Girl.
Yeah, I know.
Because that happens, and then Burt Reynolds and Roller Girl pick him up.
Yeah, at the nightclub where he's working.
Yeah, and they drive him back to Burt Reynolds' home.
No,
Yeah.
they go to the diner first.
Oh yeah, they go to the diner.
Well, yeah, diner, then back to their house, and then they fuck.
Then Mark Wahlberg and Roller Girl fuck in front of Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
The roller's on.
And then Mark Wahlberg is getting home. No. It's like the middle of the day, but presumably he's getting home.
Yeah. Well, so you actually don't see what time it is. You just see his mom waiting in the dark. So you presume it's very late at night.
Yeah, but it turns out to not be because
we should bring up one more thing. There's a previous scene with Mark Wahlberg and his mother and his father where you see his mom be a little overbearing, just like a bit.
Yeah.
And that kind of sets up the freak out that happens here.
Yeah.
Because Mark Wahlberg comes home to his mother in the dark, and she freaks out.
She's been drinking and like
working
up like all of her anger.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Which I think it's a great scene. Really.
Honestly, it's the best scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
The freak out between Mark Wahlberg and his mom, I think, sets up.
I really enjoy when his mom is freaking out at him. That it cuts to the dad just sitting in the bedroom.
Yeah, just being a whipped little bitch.
Yeah.
So Mark Wahlberg's character's name in the film is Eddie, and then it gets changed to Dirk Diggler.
Yeah, which is a great name.
Dirk Diggler. But he's Eddie at first. But I think this scene sets up Eddie's whole character arc because it shows how he comes from an overbearing mother and he has all these inferiority issues, which leads to his own meteoric rise and fall.
Yeah, It's his desire to be something because his mom is like yelling at him that he's like nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I was just distilling that into a solid sentence.
You can distill my balls into your mouth.
Yeah, I will. And I'll turn them into moonshine.
Fuck. Okay.
I'll drink them up.
Turn my balls into moonshine. There's a podcast title.
Alright.
Yeah, but the blow up happens and then he goes to Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, and then he's like, Burt Reynolds, I want to
be a porno.
Yeah.
And that's where we get introduced to John C. Reilly's character. Mm-hmm. As well as...
I think there was something with Don Cheadle, like, in between that.
Oh, Don Cheadle's at his...
he's doing the hi-fi shit.
Yeah, he's working at a stereo store, and he's dressed like a fucking cowboy, and he's trying to sell a stereo to a guy, and he's got him mostly hook, line, and sinker. Right until the end where the song he chooses, instead of being a fun black person song, is a cowboy song. And then his boss comes up to him and is kind of a racist dick about it. Yeah. He's like, don't be playing the cowboy shit, I want that black people music.
Yes. But, in fairness, that was some pretty bad cowboy music.
They chose... He did dress like a stupid fucking cowboy for the first part of that film.
Didn't you see Toy Story?
Actually, this movie, Boogie Nights, came out...
97, yeah.
I think... Well, the same year as Toy Story 1, but I think before Toy Story 1.
I thought Toy Story was 99.
Well, I thought it was 97 or 98.
Oh, you're probably right.
But, I don't know, I'd have to look that up, and I'm not going to.
Yeah, no. I thought that Tim Allen was Woody. And...
Oh, yeah. So, when we were watching Wreck-It Ralph, the 2 different previews for Toy Story 4 came on, and they did the Key and Peele one, and, I don't know, I leaned over to Eric and I made a joke, I don't remember what it was, and then Eric went, I can't wait for Tim Allen just to turn into Woody.
Yeah.
And I was fucking shocked, because he said it so seriously that I couldn't take it as a joke, and I was like, you know Tim Allen's Buzz Lightyear, right? And Eric made this like sad, I fucked up face, and he just went, "Oh."
Yeah, that's what went down.
Yeah, but don't see Wreck-It Ralph 2, bad movie.
Yeah, don't do it. Also,
go
that
watch
trailer
Into the
for that
Spider-Verse.
dog movie, holy shit.
Oh yeah, they're making a sequel to A Dog's Purpose. It's called A Dog's Way Home. Guess what? It shows the whole fucking movie, boys.
Yeah, that's like a 4-minute trailer that spoils the ending.
It's like a 1980s, 1990s trailer where you get fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys ever seen the Terminator 2 trailer?
Yeah. That was like a good trailer.
No, also, that's an awful trailer.
Didn't they like set up the whole shit where like you'd think that Arnold was the...
No, you're thinking of the good Terminator 2 trailer. I'm talking about the bad Terminator 2 trailer where they spoil that Arnold is the good guy.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that.
Also, can I just say, fuck dog movies.
No, some of them are
like
good.
all the like Marley and Me and shit.
Oh,
like Because of Winn-Dixie was a really good dog movie.
I completely disagree. Because Winn-Dixie is just a tear-jerking piece of shit that I think you only like because you saw it as a child.
I read the book as a child, and then I saw the movie.
Case in point.
It was good, okay?
I say lots of things are good, Rebecca. That doesn't mean it's ever true. You know how often I go and I reevaluate every opinion I have? All the time.
Really?
I mean, yeah. You don't ever like look at an opinion that you have and go, well, is this opinion wrong now? Does it still hold up? And then you watch the thing. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I think it keeps me very. Very media literate.
Yeah. Like I went and rewatched Animal House recently, and I was like, man, this movie is not as good as I remember it being.
Animal House, fun movie, does not hold up as well as you would think.
Not nearly as good as Vacation does.
Depends on which Vacation.
Just the original Vacation.
I like Christmas Vacation more.
Okay, well...
I think Christmas Vacation is a tighter film.
Yeah, I just like...
It's got more and better jokes.
No, I think that Christmas Vacation is a tighter movie, but I think that Regular Vacation has better bits in it.
But Regular Vacation is very good. I think we can all agree that European and Vegas Vacation can fuck right off, though.
I never watched either of them.
Alex, you saw Vegas Vacation, remember?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Lots of casino things. Movie not as good.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Is it Chevy Chase and everything?
Yeah.
Huh.
Vegas Vacation was the one that came out after Christmas, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it also has the cousin guy, the fucking...
Oh, okay. Alright.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie
Movie
Nights.
nights.
Dude, this movie's fucking long.
Yeah, it's about 2.5... It's a little over 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I think we hit credits like 2 hours, 27 minutes, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Or like a second or two in the credits.
Yeah, so we were at Black Guy...
radio store, but right after that, when they're all at the pool, he meets.
Yeah, he meets the guy who funds all of the pornography films.
No. He meets everyone else first. He meets.
John C. Reilly.
He meets John C. Reilly's character, who I think is incredibly fun in this film.
Yeah,
because he just plays a guy. John C. Reilly plays himself, but he's fit. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Like, he looks absolutely great in this movie compared to his later stuff. And, like, he looks at Mark Wahlberg, and he's like, fuck this guy, I'm cooler than him.
Yeah.
And that's the character he basically plays. But him and Mark Wahlberg's characters hit it off really well.
Uh-huh.
And I think they make a very genuine friendship.
Yes, I think that their friendship comes across on screen very well. He also meets Philip Seymour Hoffman, who is, like, in love with him.
Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman, he plays Scotty, which is just... He's like the sound guy.
Wait, we meet Scotty, like, right after some chick ODs super
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so...
Yeah. That's
the colonel shows up. He pulls up in a car and he hops out with a younger girl. And he's the guy who funds all the films that they make. And he goes and he talks to Burt Reynolds and they chat for a bit. And he meets Mark Wahlberg's character, Eddie. And he sees Eddie's cock, and he gets an absolutely fucking hilarious smile on his face.
That's a great scene.
It's honestly fucking hilarious. But the chick that he brought with him ends up ODing in one of the bedrooms and getting taken away. And then we meet Scotty, Philip Seymour Hoffman's
they're dragging
character.
her like out to a car, and they pass him, and it switches to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I want to talk about in this movie, cinematography-wise, this movie does a lot of handy-cam tracking shots,
Yes,
and it
which
does
I
them
love.
really fucking well.
All the party scenes.
All the parties in this movie are absolutely
and,
amazing.
in my opinion, what the greatest scene is in the movie is a tracking shot.
We'll get to that, because
Yeah.
I was about to bring that up. So there's a recurring character played by the guy who plays the guy who kills his wife in Fargo, the movie.
He's
Yeah.
in,
I can't
Shameless,
remember.
too?
Yeah, he's in Shameless as well.
I can't remember the name.
I
of
can't
the
either.
guy. But
But,
you guys know who we're talking about.
Yeah. But there's several scenes. He plays Little Bill in the movie.
Mhm.
But there's several scenes where he'll come home or come to a scene and find his wife fucking another guy.
Yeah, and she doesn't even act like it's a big deal at all.
And he gets very sad.
Yeah.
And he is actually, in a literal sense, a cuck.
We were talking about how, like, incels are... Like, you know how the alt-right has co-opted fucking Fight Club as, like, it's their movie about feminism?
Are you alt-right because you like Fight Club, Alex?
No, no.
You sure?
Like, I feel like Fight Club spoke to me, like it spoke to all those incels, but I don't think it made me want to join a cult.
Alex, is Fight Club like your favorite movie?
I don't think so, but it's high up there. I watched it and I was like, dang.
No, Fight Club's a good movie. It's just the alt-right.
Yeah,
fucking
Brad
loves it.
Pitt, more like Brad shit.
Oh! That should be the title.
That would be a really funny title for a Boogie Nights podcast.
He's not even in the movie.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt, more like Brad shit. All right, yeah, podcast title.
Okay.
Look, our podcast listeners, I just want you guys to know, I'm coming off of a long work day today, so if I'm not as funny as I am normally, it's because of that, and also because Eric is here, and he sucks.
Yeah.
He's like the best
That's
vacuum
solid.
ever.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
What the fuck else happened? Dude, this movie is long as shit.
And a ton of shit happens.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot.
There's a
of
lot to
movie
talk
in this
about,
movie.
actually. There's a ton of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I think that
And it's hard to remember the specific order.
this movie came out the same year as no, wait. It came out 1 year after?
As what?
No, never mind. This movie is the most Pulp Fiction movie that isn't a direct ripoff of Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch from Guy Ritchie, they're just ripoffs of Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
And those are good movies. I genuinely like both of them. But
Yeah, White Noise Hell.
What's good? Are you
just keep going? Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah. No, don't say you've already done it.
Are you
so.
taking a dab or what?
Yeah.
I like how you moved to the corner to like
I like that Rebecca moved to the shame corner to take the dab.
we have the shameless corner.
I was ashamed of how I got this dab. So I need to go to the shame corner.
Shame corner. This is all gonna have to be cut out. Just this bit.
Yeah.
All the white noise.
Oh.
That's not that big of a deal.
No, because then there was hardcore silence for a bit.
That's why I moved over here. I didn't want the white noise to take over the thing.
I mean,
That torch is pretty loud. Also,
yeah,
that thing is
please
like
don't-
super hot.
Yeah, why would
Yeah.
don't just toss it in there? You kind of just heated it up till it was red hot.
Yeah.
So
Boogie Nights!
Yeah.
See, you should keep that part in. And
Yeah.
you should keep this part in where I'm talking about keeping stuff in.
Yeah.
But you should cut out the rest so the audience doesn't know shit.
Mhm.
Fuck you, audience. Are you just playing with Play-Doh, eh?
Yeah, I made a little face with Play-Doh. Look at him.
Okay, I've been looking at the box
Check 'em
trying to
out.
figure out where
Hell
they were
yeah.
going.
Okay. So, pool party, OD, Philip Seymour Hoffman. That's what we got to talk about. Philip Seymour Hoffman plays a character named Scotty. Scotty is the sound guy for the pornos, as well as like the action guy. You know, he
Clicks the thing.
clicks the thing.
Yeah.
He's gay. Philip Seymour Hoffman plays a gay character in this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's played for a laugh here and there, but it's also played for like sadness.
Yes.
In a
In
later
one
scene.
scene in particular.
We'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah.
But like they meet, and they all get acquainted, and then one of the things that the Colonel says to Mark Wahlberg is, "You have to think of a porno name."
Yeah.
And so you get a scene later that night where Mark Wahlberg and Burt Reynolds and
Just
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly
Are in a hot tub.
all in a hot tub, and then you get another, I think, very interesting scene in which Mark Wahlberg, in his character's almost like naive, rambly philosopher way, talks about coming up, with his porn name,
Yeah.
which is the name he goes by for the rest of the film, and I think, honestly, is a real metamorphosis for his character into.
It's sort of like the Breaking Bad thing of turning into Heisenberg.
Yeah. Well, I think the big thing is he really, truly becomes Dirk Diggler after his first scene.
Yeah.
Like, he chooses his name. He chooses Dirk Diggler.
It shows up in bright lights. Like
You actually get like a bright lights neon Dirk Diggler sign. It's honestly great. It's hilarious. But he after his first scene, which he does with Amber.
Yes. Who is
the
a mom.
Coke addicted
earlier in the
porn
movie,
star mom.
Earlier in the movie, during one of the parties, her son calls, and she's not there because she's doing coke, and she's like, she really wants to see her son.
Yeah, because she lost custody to visit her son because she was a porn star and a drug addict.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about Luis Guzman in this movie.
Yeah.
Because his arc is pretty simple.
his fucking hair.
Yeah, his hair is fucking awesome.
Dude, Luis Guzman's fucking hair in this movie is beautiful.
Also, the only thing that I can think of that he's also in is Community. That's the only other thing I've seen him in.
I've seen him in a couple other things, but Community's a big one. You know what?
Rebecca just made a pink dick out of Play-Doh.
I was gonna call it a
And it's
Huffalum.
shocking everybody. It's making the rounds.
I'm unshocked.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
It goes perfect with the movie.
Brenton Lafayette, completely unshocked.
Okay, well, you can't shock everybody.
Dude, fucking Luis Guzman's hair in Community, from what I remember, still great.
Yeah, he just has great hair. He's just a great man.
Dude, that guy's fucking hair is so nice. Dude, he is shirtless for a good chunk of this film. And you know what? I'd lick Luis Guzman's nipples.
Yeah.
I like the shots where it's just him walking through crowds. Hey! Oh, hey! Just everyone giving him high fives.
Yeah, he plays a fun character. You know, he's not really a porn star, and he's obviously very much just a side character. But Luis Guzman gets some work. You know, he's fun in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's actually all that really needs to be said about him. He doesn't have a major arc like most of the other characters. He's just fun.
Yeah. So the way that this movie is like Pulp Fiction is that it follows a bunch of different people.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 different storylines.
Yeah.
That the movie just all kind of cuts through.
And they're all just loosely interconnected.
There's like, I'd say there's 2 major through lines.
Uh-huh.
There's Mark Wahlberg's character's story is obviously the focal point of the whole movie, and it sets into motion a lot of the side plots just through various actions.
Yeah.
And then the other big one is Burt Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you have Mark Wahlberg and John C. Reilly and eventually Todd and Scott. You have kind of their story as it moves through. And then you have Burt Reynolds and Roller Girl and Amber. And I think their stories kind of group together.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
And then you have Don Cheadle and his eventual wife, because they get paired together. And then you have the little offshoots here and there with just fun little bits in their stories.
Yeah, it just gives the side characters more dimension.
Yeah.
And again, well, just
honestly, the best.
It's a good excuse to just have a compelling scene by itself that isn't necessarily connected with an arc to explore those side characters.
Yeah,
in those ways.
I think that what this movie does best is it really humanizes a lot of the side characters. Mm-hmm. They all get like little fun moments. Like they bring back, and this is a spoiler for towards the end of the film, but they bring back the guy who was making faces at Roller Girl during their high school, and even he gets fleshed out a little more than you would expect based off of his fucking 1 or 2 second gag from earlier in the film.
Mm-hmm. What I was specifically thinking of was the scene with the guy in jail.
Oh yeah, the scene with Colonel in jail.
Yeah.
Well, let's continue with Boogie Nights then. So they start making porno movies.
Yeah,
that's right where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And they start doing fucking well. Because Mark Wahlberg's got a monster cock.
And the Burt Reynolds, the director, he has like a very special vision for he wants to make a good film.
Yeah, he
doesn't just want to make
a good film before a porno.
Yeah.
So,
which to me makes no sense.
Absolutely not. If you're making a porno, you should make a porno.
I think the appeal of porn is just that people are fucking on screen.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think so. What about you guys?
Alex, do you like a good story?
Alex, Rebeckah, what do you think the appeal of porn is?
Do you like a good story?
Yeah, I don't get distracted by a bad story.
But do you seek out?
Would you rather have a porn with a compelling plot, or just a porn with no plot?
How long were his movies he was making? Was he making like a 20-minute flick?
I have no
or was he making
idea.
Not because they're selling tapes and stuff. That's got to be a full movie, right?
No, they weren't selling tapes. They were porno theaters.
Oh, right.
So probably
so it's got to be movie length.
Yeah, probably at least an hour.
All right, yeah. If it was gonna be an hour long, I think I'd want the story to be
the idea of
at least whole.
Going into a theater and watching porn is
it's
so
honestly horrifying. I would never do it. Actually, I totally would do it once just to see what it was like. But after that, it feels so.
Would you go to a live sex show in Amsterdam?
No.
I think I would just for just to see what it was like.
Would you go to a donkey show?
In Tijuana?
Yeah.
Is that where a donkey fucks a person?
Yes.
No.
You wouldn't go to a donkey show with me, Eric? No?
Alex, would you go to a sex show in Amsterdam?
I was gonna say yes, but only while tripping out.
Okay.
Alex, would you go to a donkey show?
Where is that? What's a donkey show?
It's where a donkey fucks a lady.
Why?
Because it's fucking weird.
People like watching weird stuff, Rebeckah.
Because it's Tijuana.
You never see that video of the lady put all the goldfish in her latex suit?
No.
What?
Well, I don't.
Yeah, she takes him out of there at some point
Awesome.
and into a blender.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the guy fucking his wife in the driveway, and then the guys, everyone's just standing around.
We're getting to that. We're almost there.
Are we almost? Yeah, because I wanted to talk about that.
So, obviously, early in the film, we had this scene where Little Bill walked in on his wife getting fucked in the bedroom, and he was like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And they were like, "Hey, get out of here, Little Bill." But we actually have
his wife is also played by a porn actress who did a 20-minute video describing how to eat pussy. I don't know why I know this, but I recognized her face and went, "That's the lady from the video about how to eat pussy."
Is that how you know? Is that how you know how to eat pussy so well, Eric?
Yes, that's where I learned all my awesome tricks.
You guys wouldn't know this, Eric. Fucking amazing at eating pussy.
Yeah,
Eats my pussy every night.
you know it.
Boogie night.
Yeah, bite that cervix.
But
Yeah.
so obviously Mark Wahlberg and Burt Reynolds, they start producing porn, and we get a little bit more build up between all the characters. We get a little bit more characterization for everyone, but also a Little Bill finds his wife fucking a guy just in the middle of a driveway.
Yeah, just
with
on a
crowd,
tarp, on a blue tarp,
with a crowd of people around her, and he comes up and he's like, "What the fuck?"
That's my wife.
Yeah,
like,
and she's
And then his wife just tells him to fuck off.
yeah, she's like, "You're distracting me," or whatever.
She's like, "Fuck off, Little Bill," and he's like, "Ah, I guess." And then he goes and he has a conversation with his coworker.
While in the background,
His wife's getting railed, and it's obviously bothering him. And his coworker just doesn't give a shit. And then they have some back and forth before Little Bill leaves. And his coworker looks over at Little Bill's wife, and then just starts walking over there. And like, yeah, that guy wouldn't know. He watched his wife get fucked for like 20 minutes, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he even calls him like Little Bill during their conversation. He's like, "Whoa, what's up, Little Bill?"
But at this point in the movie, a lot of the scenes are just characters being at parties and interacting with each other. There's not too much plot happening, besides the fact that that Amber gets Dirk Diggler to try cocaine.
Yeah, which is like the beginning of his
the beginning of his real downfall.
Yeah.
His character arc. Well, I mean the rest of his character arc, because at this point, Dirk Diggler is on a meteoric rise. He's
won a bunch of awards.
A bunch of porn film awards. He's in a hit porn series where he plays a weird porn man. What's like
Lance?
Brad? It's something. It's Dirk Diggler playing something.
Brock something.
Lancer?
Brock.
Lancer? Is that it? Am I wrong?
Something.
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. But he's an action guy and he does stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another character I want to talk about. And this is the character who goes and watches Lil Bill's wife get fucked. The editor of the film.
Yeah.
Of the porno films. That guy's great.
Yeah.
He has a lot of really fun punchlines.
Yeah. That's a good one. You know?
I think my personal favorite is right after Burt Reynolds goes and cut John C. Reilly's gunshot in the film. He just looks at him and he goes, "Yeah, alright, boss." And I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Alright. Where are we now?
We're just getting to the party. You know the one.
Okay, with the
best scene of the movie.
Yeah.
Because that's after because we get.
Oh yeah, so that's the party where Mark Wahlberg does cocaine.
Yeah, but before that, we get Mark Wahlberg show off his new home and all of his nice things that he bought with the money that he's gotten from being a porn star.
He has his karate room.
Yeah, his karate room. He's got like a Corvette. He's got a bunch of shit. It's whatever.
Which now would be like cultural appropriation.
Yes, actually, yes.
What was I going to say? So then, Philip Seymour Hoffman's character, after Mark Wahlberg
Actually, I don't think it would be cultural appropriation, because I think they obviously use him being into karate to show that he's a fucking idiot. Yeah. He doesn't know what karate is.
Yeah.
Because, like, he walks into his room and he calls it his dojo, but then, like, dojo's Japanese, but then he talks about everything being Chinese and shit.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm eating fudge and my hands are like covered in Play-Doh, so I'm getting like the Play-Doh aftertaste with this fudge.
Hell
Anyways,
yeah, dude. But yeah, the Mark Wahlberg does coke at the party.
Yeah, and then Philip Seymour Hoffman's character pulls him aside, and Mark Wahlberg shows him his car. He's like, "Man, this is a fucking nice car."
No, this is way after
He
that.
tries to and doesn't, and then he like meets Todd.
No. Here's what's up. They're at that party. They're at the party where Mark Wahlberg does cocaine. And Philip Seymour Hoffman tries pulling Mark Wahlberg away. Mm-hmm. But then he gets pulled away by John C. Reilly, who introduces him to Todd, another character, who is fairly fun, but I don't think it's necessarily a huge impact on the film until like the very end.
Yeah, and even then, like, that could have just been something else.
And even then, it didn't have to be Todd. It could have been something else. But it does lead to some fun scenes. But, yeah, Scotty, Philip Seymour Hoffman's character...
Mm-hmm. Then he goes out...
This is right... This scene is almost right after the scene where Mark Wahlberg shows Amber his car.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun parallel between the two characters. Mm-hmm. But there's another fun parallel between the two characters that I'm going to bring up in a second.
Okay.
But, Scotty brings Dirk out to see his car, and he's like, Dirk, this is my new car. It's cool. Ain't it cool? It's cool, right, Dirk? Is it cool? And Dirk's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then Scotty kisses Dirk. And Dirk is not into that.
Yeah.
Dirk does not do gay shit, except for when he gets paid to show his dick or jerk off.
But he's very forgiving.
Well, I actually want to say
he gets
something
like mean.
here. Mm-hmm. Dirk does not exactly react the greatest to this.
Okay.
And I do think...
Well, he was kissed without consent.
I do think that he reacts, I think, maybe not appropriately, but logically, I guess. For a movie set at that point, the late 70s.
Yeah.
For a character that...
They're both in, like, the porn industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, honestly, this is where I want to talk... this is where I want to bring up that Dirk Diggler here is just a hypocrite. Mm-hmm. So he used to jerk off in front of people. I actually think that this this small act of him not really being very nice to Scotty is what sets up the karmic retribution at the very end with the, as I would call it, hate crime scene.
Okay.
Because I think that is direct karmic retribution to how he treats Scotty here. Because he doesn't exactly treat him very well after this point for the rest of the movie at all. Like
true.
If you see scenes with Mark Wahlberg and Scotty, he's very flippant and dismissive of Scotty later in the film. Mm-hmm.
And actually, Scotty just kind of takes it because he's still like in love with him.
And Scotty is very obviously in love with Mark Wahlberg's character, and after kissing him, makes the excuse that he's drunk and then cries in his car, and entirely because of Philip Seymour Hoffman's acting and almost heartbreaking scene of him just calling himself fucking stupid and crying.
Yeah.
Like, it's honestly, like, such a great piece of acting by Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is one of my favorite actors.
For, like, a 2-bit, almost joke character.
Yeah.
But, that leads them back to the party. And that leads us to the pivotal scene of the party.
It's like almost midnight, so it's almost there in the New Year's party.
They're getting ready for the New Year's. But I think that this next scene, the culmination, the punchline to the first two scenes of Little Bill...
The punchline to Little Bill's life,
The punchline to Little Bill's life, as well as, obviously, the third punchline to his wife being fucked.
Yeah.
But I also think maybe, like, the turning point in the darkness of the film...
Yeah, this is where shit starts to get
Because after this point, lives get really dark for most everybody.
Because a lot of this movie is basically a comedy, and also a lot of this movie is a fucking...
It's a dark comedy.
Yeah.
It's also a little bit of a drama here and there.
Yeah.
But Little Bill, he walks in on his wife fucking another guy. Mm-hmm. Just doesn't even say anything. Walks out to his car. Gets his gun.
he sits there and loads it. I like that they really like take their time with. He sits in the car. He loads the bullets one.
Loads it all up.
Locks
the car door. Walks in, shoots his wife and her lover.
Yeah.
And then right as the ball drops, like 3, 2, 1 is right as he shoots her. And then right as the New Year's, he blows his own brains out.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the party scene.
Yeah, and then it just cuts to black, and it's time has passed. I think that's the best scene in the movie.
Honestly, yeah, it's a very compelling scene. I
love a good on-screen suicide. Like fucking like Full Metal Jacket, the best scene is the suicide.
Yeah. Well, no. The best scene is the scene where the guy is gunning down the rice farmers from the helicopter.
Oh, get some?
Yeah.
Okay. Respectfully disagree.
Well, I mean, you're respectfully wrong.
Okay.
You fucking idiot.
Okay.
Full Metal Jacket would be a really fun 8 Eyes on 3 Guys.
Yeah.
That's quite a good movie. But, no, yeah, so, yeah, Little Bill kills himself. Kills his wife and her lover, too. And after this point, I think the movie, it gets significantly darker. Mm-hmm. It moves towards a less comedic tone, I think.
Yeah.
But, other than, like, the whole singing arc...
that was like a weird...
Like, that was obviously just supposed to be a joke and to show that Dirk Diggler was way overconfident. But,
yeah.
But, no, after the death of Little Bill, we cut to a scene where... We cut to another scene where he gets awards.
Yes.
And then some more scenes of him doing coke and his ego inflating. Mm-hmm. But we get to a scene in which Mark Wahlberg is trying to get himself hard for a porno shoot.
Yeah.
And he's getting himself hard by jerking himself off.
Going, "You're a star.
I'm a star. I'm the best. I'm the very best. I'm an actor."
Yeah.
But
and then he walks out and he's ready to fuck, baby.
He's ready to go. But no one else is ready to go. They need 20 minutes. And he blows up because he's high as shit on coke.
Yeah.
Obviously hasn't slept in a day or two. And his ego has inflated. Mm-hmm. But that blow-up's not good for anybody.
Yeah.
Because, like, him and Burt Reynolds have a confrontation. And Mark Wahlberg leaves, intending to break out on his own. He also... takes with him John C. Reilly and Scotty and Todd.
Yeah, they all kind of join up.
They all just join up with him. It separates out the subplots very nicely.
And Amber, the coke mom, is very like she basically thought of Mark as a son.
Oh shit! We forgot that they were bringing in another new guy.
Oh yeah, they were bringing in. Well, so
that's why he freaked the fuck out.
Because it's been a few years.
Jealous.
Well, yeah,
it's been a few years since his rise to fame, and now he's kind of like he's not hot shit anymore in the industry as much.
The rising star.
Yeah. Well, so at some point you meet another guy who is introduced via the Colonel, but isn't the Colonel. I don't remember what his name is, but he's the guy who tries to get Burt Reynolds to switch to filming with video tapes instead of film. Yeah. As well as trying to bring about the amateur porn genre. Yeah. Which, I mean, would eventually dominate the market. So, I mean, he was completely right.
That's true. Yeah.
But, honestly, he's not really the biggest character. And I thought he would be a lot more interesting than he ended up being at very first, because he had some really interesting editing techniques when he showed up. Yeah. But I'm not bothered by how little he is in the film, because the little bit that he is in, he acts well enough and he's fun, and he does what he needs to do.
If this movie had another character, it would have been too much.
Actually, yeah. I think they could have cut, like, maybe Roller Girl, and I wouldn't have even cared.
Yeah, I mean, I like her arc, but if they had just had none of that, it would have been fine. Well,
see, the thing is, I think you could have either cut Roller Girl, or you could have cut Don Cheadle's wife. Because Don Cheadle's wife is not at all really that big.
Yeah, but she doesn't take up very much time at all, really.
Yeah, no, I think they're both fine in the movie, and I think the movie is better for them. Yeah. I'm just saying, if you had to cut a character, it's one of those two.
Yeah, for sure.
Or Luis Guzman.
Yeah. But we all like Luis Guzman. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But, let's see, what happens after this? They film some more porn with new people, right? And Mark Wahlberg breaks away and tries to start a singing career.
It goes very poorly.
Yes, it goes very poorly.
He just gets really into coke, basically.
Yeah, he gets just real into coke. But also you find out that the Colonel is a fucked up pervert.
Yeah.
So in another very dark moment, the Colonel is in jail and he's being visited by Burt Reynolds. And he reveals that he had a 15-year-old girl in his house who OD'd on coke.
Yeah, which I think was a girl from earlier in the movie. The girl who OD'd.
No, I don't think it's that girl.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, he dumps her in the hospital.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I think the implication is that she might have been on the younger side.
Yeah.
Because they mentioned that she was a very small lady.
Mm-hmm.
And they also mention, in this scene especially, the Colonel's proclivities for ladies on the younger side.
Mm-hmm.
The Colonel is a bad person in this film. I think he's the only true, actual bad person in this, except for maybe Todd. But
he's the only very
he's the only villain.
Irredeemable character where you can't really make any excuses at all.
And honestly, the way they deal with him at the end is very funny.
Yeah.
Because, the Colonel, he had child porn in his house. Mm-hmm. He's a bad person, and he goes to jail because of that. And Burt Reynolds, in a scene that, I mean, if he wasn't a child porn man, I guess would be sad. Where Burt Reynolds hangs the phone up on him, and he's just sitting there pounding on the window, just saying, "Please, just say you're my friend."
It's sad for Burt Reynolds because he realized
it's very sad for Burt Reynolds.
This friend of mine is this monster, and there's nothing I can do, and it's
But also
So that guy was just funding a shit ton of his movies.
Yeah. Also, his business is going to be fucked.
Yeah. But he's out of the film mostly now. He shows up at the very end. I'm just going to spoil this now because I think it's a nice, fun little character resolution. But he's in prison and he gets fucking punched in the face by his cellmate who just yells, "Shut up, Colonel!" Yeah. And then he looks sad and I'm like, haha, that's good. That's a good one right there.
Yeah, and then so Roller Girl and Amber start to really bond in the same way that she bonded with Mark.
Yeah,
where she
over
basically,
coke.
Yeah, where she takes her in as her surrogate daughter.
Yes.
And just gets her really fucked up on cocaine.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after that they have the court scene, right?
Yes. Yeah. Sometime soon after that. Well, I was gonna talk about Amber and her toxic surrogacy. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, Amber can't be a real mother to her real child because it's been taken away from her.
Yeah.
So, she surrogates onto people. Mm-hmm. But in doing so, she also gets them hooked onto her drugs and sucked into... And Amber's not necessarily a bad person in this movie. She just makes bad decisions. But she gets them sucked into her own toxic spiral.
Yeah, she has very motherly instincts, but she's also a really fucked up person who doesn't know what's best for anybody.
Yeah, and I think her arc is really good in this because
or not necessarily that she doesn't know what's best for anybody, but she doesn't know how to do what's best for people.
Yeah. Well, I think her arc is really good in this because after this scene with Amber, the implication is because there's another time skip of a year or two.
Yeah.
And the implication is that she gets fucking clean. Mm-hmm. And then she goes to fight for her son in court.
Yeah.
And then she obviously doesn't win. And she has a breakdown right outside the courthouse. And it's a great character arc for her.
Yeah.
She's really come almost full circle. And it gets tied up really nicely right at the end with the tying up of Mark Wahlberg's character.
Yes.
When we get to that. Let's see. There's the court scene... Oh, Don Cheadle and the painting lady get together. So Don Cheadle realizes that dressing like a cowboy is fucking stupid, so he dresses like an idiot instead.
Yeah, and then the lady who does these really bad paintings.
Yeah, she's also a porn star.
Yeah.
Comes over and is like, "Hey, Don Cheadle, what's up?" And they actually hit it off, and they talk about the sunrise, and they talk about their dreams, and they end up getting together. And that leads to... another really good scene.
Yeah, probably my second favorite scene, honestly.
My second favorite is the diner shootout.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, I'm talking about the bank.
He goes to the donut place. Oh.
No, we've got like the whole like loan in between.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
We have the whole loan, the hate crime. We have many things to talk about.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I just got that
before the donut shop.
Yeah.
But he goes to the bank and he tries to take out a loan for his dream store, which is a stereo store of his own that can sell nice, good stereos for cheaper prices.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets denied
because he's a porn star.
Because he's a porn star, and
which, by the way, like, can banks even do that? Like
back then, yeah. Now,
I mean, but now, yeah.
I don't think so. I guess it depends on your income, because if you have like, banks usually won't give you loans unless you have good credit as well as having stable income. So if you're, a porn star and you're only getting paid such and such per film.
Well, but I mean, they can't deny you a loan just because you're a porn star.
Yeah, it'd be under the guise of something else.
Yeah.
It would ostensibly be because you're a porn star.
Right.
But, I don't know, porn's a lot less stigmatized in today's society than it was back then, so.
Yeah.
Fucking everybody knows what Pornhub is.
Yeah, everybody can click yes to Are You 18?
Yeah. Never stopped me as a child.
Yeah, like a 6-year-old can do that. A 6-year-old can't walk into a videotape store and be like, yes, sir, I'm 21.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Don Cheadle and his wife go to the bank. They get denied their loan. He gets sad.
Yeah. But he keeps it together. He walks out.
Let's see, what else happens?
Yeah, what happens after that?
So, next up is the scene with Burt Reynolds and Roller Girl in the car.
Wait, where's the scene where they're trying to get their fucking demos from that guy?
Oh, so that's during the music arc. They make a bunch of bad covers and then a bad original song. And then they go to get the demos to bring them to the record company. And the guy won't give it to them because they don't have the money to pay for the demos. And they have a fun little conversation. And Mark Wahlberg threatens to do some karate.
Yeah.
And it's probably the last,
pure comedy.
Pure comedy scene in the movie. Because everything after this is just dark and sad, mostly.
That's true. Until the very end, when everyone gets, a nice
little epilogue, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So,
We did the loan.
Mark Wahlberg's character is sad and just out somewhere. And he gets picked up by a guy. Mm-hmm. And they drive out to a parking lot. Mm-hmm. And the guy goes, I want to see you jerk off.
Yeah.
And he's like, $10. And he gets the $10. He starts jerking off.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Don Cheadle and his wife getting to a donut shop and going, let's get some donuts.
This is the second best scene of the movie.
And then we cut to Burt, because all these scenes kind of happen simultaneously.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through them one by one. I just wanted to set it up.
Yeah.
And I think we should do Burt Reynolds, then Jack Off, then Donut Shop.
Okay.
And then you get Burt Reynolds and Roller Girl. Yeah. So let's start with Burt Reynolds and Roller Girl.
Okay.
They're in a car.
Yeah.
With a limo, and Burt Reynolds limo or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they are filming with the video cameras, and they're picking people up off the street to fuck Roller Girl.
Yeah.
And they pick up the guy from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, who was in the classroom.
Yeah, who made faces at Roller Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And, they start to fuck, and Burt Reynolds does not like it. It's not sexy, and it's not cinematic.
Yeah, and Roller Girl is obviously not a fan of this guy.
Yeah.
He has, a conversation with her where he's like, wait, did you go to high school?
Yeah.
And you can see her just being like, oh.
I think it's pretty obvious that the guy was there. He was kind of fucking her, just to degrade her.
Yeah.
In a sense, yeah.
Well, he obviously didn't see her as a person. He saw her as a sex object.
Yeah.
Which I think is something that Burt Reynolds, in his films that he was making,
mm-hmm.
was trying not to do.
Right.
He was obviously making porno films, but, he never...
Well, he was stressing, he wants to make, real films, real...
one of the things that Dirk Diggler...
Dirk Gently, fuck. Max Landis.
Dirk Diggler did was he always was nice to women in his films. And, one of the things that was lost when he left was Burt Reynolds' films got a lot more misogynistic. But I think that was more of the choice in actors than anything else.
Yeah.
But,
and just to symbolize just the general degrading of quality of their movies.
Yeah.
Over time.
But they fuck in the car. They stop. They kick him out. He's getting his pants off, and he's like, if you get a guy hard, you should at least jack him off. And
yeah, he's being a real dick.
He's being a real dick. So Burt Reynolds starts kicking his ass.
Well,
yeah,
no,
and he's like,
she's like, fuck you, and then he's like, your movies are shit now.
Yeah,
and then Burt Reynolds
that's what
kicking
sets
his
him
ass.
off, not being
and then Roller Girl gets out, and she fucking gets her roller skates and fucking stomps on his face.
And by the way, all three of these subplots are happening within the same parking complex.
Yeah.
So, just, like, be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she stomps on his face, and he gets the sad, and they leave.
It's, like, probably the most brutal scene in the movie.
No, the hate crime.
That is the hate crime. Her stomping on his fucking face?
No, the hate crime is where they beat up Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah.
No, this happens during the hate crime.
Yeah, but that's more brutal, I think, the fucking roller skates.
Okay, so let's go Mark Wahlberg then.
Yeah.
So Mark Wahlberg is jacking off in that car with that guy. And he does it for a while. And you actually
You know, I don't understand really, like, why he was doing that.
Yeah,
I think it was just sad.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess just, like...
Because that was directly after not having the money for the records. I think he was just sad.
Yeah.
He was, like, waiting for somebody. Was he waiting for, like,
I think he was waiting for John C. Reilly or Todd, but they never showed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he's jerking it off in that car. And it cuts back to this, because these three scenes that we're talking about, they cut between them a lot. And they do this a lot throughout the film.
Yeah.
Where they cut between the subplots, scenes as they resolve and stuff, and kind of show them in parallel.
They're like simultaneous, so when you cut, some time has passed.
Usually they all hit rising action at about the same time.
Yeah.
But in this one, what happens is after jerking off for a while, he goes, I can't do this, I can't get hard, man, I'm sorry, and he steps out of the car, and then another car pulls up, and they're like, hey, you can't do this, and excuse my use of hate slurs here, faggot. Yeah. They beat up Mark Wahlberg, and they call him the faggot word many times.
They also call him Donkey Dick.
They also do call him Donkey Dick.
Yeah. They steal the money out of his back pocket.
Yeah, they steal the money out of his back pocket, and they say that he can't do that a bunch of times. And Mark Wahlberg is left bloodied and beaten on the ground.
And he's crying.
Yes, and he is crying. He's crying like a little baby boy.
Big sperm.
Eric made a big sperm with the yellow Play-Doh.
Yeah. I should have used the white Play-Doh.
It looks like if the Simpsons yerked off.
Sperm?
Yes.
Alright. I'm sorry. I just had to...
So what? Donut shop now?
Donut shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Don Cheadle pulls up to the donut shop with his wife, and he's all like, I don't know if they're actually married, but I'm calling...
They're together.
They're together. I'm calling... They're pregos together. They're husband and wife as far
they
as I can.
They eventually have a kid, so they're together.
But they're like, hey, let's go get some donuts. And she's like, I want an apple fritter. And he's like, hell yeah. And he goes in, and he orders like a dozen... He orders 11 donuts. And he's getting ready to order his 12th.
Yeah.
When a guy with a gun comes in.
Yeah, and he's like, give me your fucking money.
He's like, give me all the money in the cash register.
There's a redneck sitting in the donut
and he's
shop.
like, give me all the money in the safe. And Don Cheadle's all like...
Don Cheadle is making some good faces.
Give me all your money. Because he's all freaked out and nervous.
He's just wincing like as hard as you can wince.
And he's wearing all white.
Yeah, he's wearing a white tuxedo.
Yeah.
All white.
But, so they cut from the guy who's robbing the place to this redneck who is sitting at his diner booth reading a gun magazine.
Yeah. And he pulls out a big fucking gun.
No, he looks at him first.
Yeah.
And then it cuts back to him and he starts getting all the money out of his safe. And then the redneck pulls out the gun.
Don Cheadle's like, no.
Yeah, and Don Cheadle's like, no, you can't do it.
And the robber just doesn't get it.
No, because the robber doesn't see the other guy with the gun.
Yeah, he's just like, shut up, man.
And he fucking shoots the robber. And the robber ends up shooting the redneck. And...
No, the redneck, he's like, bang!
Yeah, his dead body, like, fucking shoots off the gun.
And so it's just Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
covered in blood.
And a bag of money falls on the ground
he
from
walks
the robbery.
in the beginning, he walked into the donut shop, and there was, St. Bethlehem playing?
Yeah.
And that's playing the entire time, and then after all the shooting, there's just silence. And the song is still playing, and he's just standing there covered in blood.
And but the guy at the register's brain just totally
the robber, the redneck, and the register man are all dead. It's just Don Cheadle.
Covered in blood and brain chunks.
And here's where I think Don Cheadle's character arc completes itself.
Yeah.
Because unlike well, he wasn't really a huge go-getter earlier in the film. Well, he decides to fucking go and get, and he takes that bag of money.
Yeah.
And he uses it to fund his dreams.
Yeah. Which I think is great. I think is a great moment that the money just presents itself like a real fucking like a real dilemma of like.
It's a crisis of conscience, but it's not between. It's not between. Is this right or wrong? It's. Is
this like worth the risk or not?
No, I think it's. I think what it is it's a choice between passiveness, right, and proactiveness.
Right. Okay.
And Don Cheadle's character was passive throughout most of the film.
And then he's like,
always wearing dated styles.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm taking this shit into my own hands. I'm gonna start this fucking stereo store with this money.
And he fucking starts a stereo store, and it's like mid '80s, and he's wearing the fucking mid '80s black person attire, and you're like, man, this stereo store is gonna do well.
Yeah.
Until 1995, and then it's gonna go bankrupt.
Oh man, that should have been the sequel to Boogie Nights. Is just watching his stereo store slowly go bankrupt.
One of my favorite bits before we watched Boogie Nights is when we had decided to watch Boogie Nights. I looked Eric in the face and I went, "You know what, Eric? I've never seen Boogie Nights, and I hadn't at that point. Tonight was my first time watching it, but I've seen Boogie Nights 2." And Eric went, "There's a Boogie Nights 2?" And I went, "Yeah, it's terrible." And he took me at face value. I only revealed it like an hour and a half later that there wasn't a Boogie Nights 2.
I could reasonably conceive that there would be a terrible sequel to Boogie Nights.
Honestly, I totally could see there being a terrible sequel to Boogie Nights.
It's like Jaws 2 or something like that. Like,
I don't think Boogie Nights is on the same level as Jaws, but I could totally see...
I think Boogie Nights is better than Jaws.
You think Boogie Nights is better than Jaws?
Yeah.
What do you think, Alex? You think Boogie Nights
and I
is better
fucking
than
love
Jaws?
I've never seen Jaws.
You've never seen Jaws?
I've never seen Jaws.
I know all the stuff about Jaws. I've seen all the Watch Mojo videos.
This is my favorite movie.
You a big Watch Mojo fan?
Oh, big.
Watch every Watch Mojo?
I have had moments in my life where I will binge Watch Mojo videos.
Yeah. That's when you're like up at midnight.
Dude, I watched like 4 epic rap battles the other day.
They're making new ones. I saw that.
Yeah, man. I pulled them up because I was like, when was the last one to come out? And I saw it came out like a week ago.
I saw those sometimes, and I just physically winced and like.
Sometimes I'll go back and I'll watch like fucking like kids react videos.
Ooh.
And stuff
Dude,
like that.
Honestly, you want to have a good laugh, go watch the Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton epic rap battle of history. It's so fucking terrible. I love it. I love it.
What about Smosh videos? You ever go back and watch those?
No, I haven't done that in a while, but you know what?
I've never seen Smosh.
Never?
Yeah,
never.
don't.
I stayed out of that.
You know, you're at this point in your life, just don't.
I was one of the kids who weren't into PewDiePie either. Like, I've never seen a video of PewDiePie's, except for when he collabs with other people.
You should watch the video of PewDiePie where he pays the people to put up Heil Hitlers.
He did that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was the racist thing he got in trouble for?
He did a bunch of racist
Didn't he
stuff.
just say that, like, N-word on stream?
Yeah, I thought that's all he did.
No. So, recently he promoted a guy that might be a Nazi. He said the N-word live on stream that one time.
In a heated gaming moment.
That's a joke I was going to go for.
According to Ian Miles Chong. The biggest dipshit on fucking Twitter.
You don't like Ian Miles Chong?
No! Have you seen his sex as a scepter tweet?
Who the fuck is Ian Miles Chong?
Dude, he's Ant Boy. He had a toothbrush that was just filled with ant larvae, and he tweeted about it. He hates feminism, he loves video games.
I've never heard of this man.
He's an Asian man, he loves Gamergate, and he hates feminism.
Dude, when he said Ian Miles Chong, you wanna know who showed up in my head? Fucking Ian Jones Cordy, the creator of OKKO.
Steven Universe guy in OKKO?
Yeah, I was like, what, the OKKO guy is a fucking Nazi?
No. Fucking Ian Miles Chong, he's the heated gaming moment guy.
I'm about to have a heated gaming moment.
Yeah. Alright.
Where are we now? Boogie Nights?
Boogie Nights. We're almost at the end, actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're in Mark Wahlberg's like final bit, all the drug deal.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we talked about it, but there was a scene with Todd where Todd's just bringing home Coke like every day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they
yeah.
do it within like 10 seconds, but it's
No.
him walking in the door.
We were
Coke.
literally just about
Yeah.
to get to that. That was like the next thing I was going to talk about.
Okay.
No, yeah, you led right into that. Yeah, so that just shows how fucking into Coke that
It's just-
Wahlberg.
Lots of
We
Coke
also
all
decided
the time.
that if Brenton was around in the 70s, he'd be fucking dead. from
Oh
coke.
yeah, absolutely. If I was my age now in the 70s, I would be fucking so hard into Coke.
If I was
Oh, yeah.
15 in the 70s, church would have been fucking me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Man. I don't know if I would have done coke in the 70s. I definitely would have done a lot of acid in the 60s, though.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the one bad thing about not living in the 60s.
Is all the lack of acid.
Yes.
Yeah. It's true. Every generation they have their benefits and their drawbacks.
I mean, every generation has I think every decade has had a weird drug that's defined it.
Yeah.
I think this decade's is weed. With all the
Really?
legal-
Well, weed's pretty universal. Weed's like
I
every
thought this
generation.
decade was like research chemicals.
Like fucking...
no.
like
this,
people getting too
No, this
CBD in
decade
their
is
weed.
Yeah.
no this decade is legal weed and fentanyl.
Yeah. It's this generation is like Xanax and shit and like opioids. Gen X was like Molly,
Oh yeah,
right?
opioid addiction.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's all do heroin. Like
Fucking-
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Baby boomers had LSD and coke.
Maybe
So
that's-
Mark Wahlberg
Yeah.
and Todd and John C. Reilly's character, whose name I can't remember.
John C.
Reilly.
Riley. Fucking Dr.
His,
Steve
his
Brule.
character's name was Reed Rothschild.
Oh yeah,
Like,
because
you
like
made a.
I made a Rothschild joke.
Yeah.
How do you feel about his porn name? What, something Rockwell?
Chest Rockwell.
Chest
Yeah.
Rockwell.
Okay, Alex, I have a deep cut for you. Chest Rockwell's gonna Run the Jewels song.
Is it?
Yeah,
What song?
you'll have to find out.
I will have to find out.
It's the Prince Paul song. He plays Chest Rockwell.
That's gotta be a, like, is that just a straight up Boogie Nights reference in that song?
It might be. I'm not sure. I hadn't seen Boogie Nights before this, but
Right.
you remember in Run the Jewels 1, there's the song that has Prince Paul, and he talks about
Let me give you a
Nah,
tongue
Run the
kiss
Jewels
on your
1 is
hot
the one that
pocket.
I have listened to the least.
but he talks about the Hot Pocket, how he put half a Molly in her Diet Coke or whatever.
Chest.
I used to think it is.
Yeah, Run the Jewels.
Actually,
that was
you know
the
what?
first thing that came up.
The drug that defined Gen X was fucking
Twin
heroin.
Hatback.
Yeah, Twin Hype Back. Yeah. Featuring
Bridge, Chest Rockwell.
yeah,
Okay.
featuring Prince Paul
Yeah.
as Chest Rock.
You are completely right.
I don't know if that's a reference to Boogie Nights. It probably is.
Yeah, I don't think his name's not Chest
Well,
Rockwell.
it's Prince Paul
Yeah.
doing Chest Rockwell.
Yeah, he says, my name is Chest Rockwell.
But
Okay. Wow, shit.
weird polls, right?
What drug is gonna define Gen Z? Fucking research chemicals?
Nootropics.
Yeah, fucking
People are gonna
kratom,
People...
sativa, or no, fucking salvia.
Hey. Boogie Nights.
Wait, isn't sativa?
Sativa's just weed. I meant to say
Sativa's
salvia.
weed.
That's what I was gonna say. Wait,
Let's-
isn't that just a weed strain?
Let's talk
No.
the Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
So Mark Wahlberg, John C. Reilly, Todd, they decide to do a drug deal.
Yeah.
They know this guy. Well, Todd knows this guy
Yeah.
up in somewhere
Todd used to be like a male stripper.
or
And
something.
this guy's a party animal.
Something
Yeah.
like that. But they're gonna sell him a half a key of Coke, except the Coke is baking soda.
Yeah.
And so they go to his house, and this is a great scene. Like this whole thing.
It's really it's like there's a really good like ticking time bomb in this scene of the guy looking over the coke in the back of the room.
Well, okay,
while they're
so
all just sitting there.
so they walk up to the door. They get the door open. There's a huge black guy there, shirt half unzipped so you can see his hairy chest.
Uh-huh.
They walk in, and then there's just explosions.
Yeah, there's this Chinese guy just lighting firecrackers the whole scene, and so it's punctuated with these bangs, and also with this loud music that this guy is playing, who's obviously crazy high on fucking drugs.
Yeah.
He's just this crazy guy in a fucking Speedo and a house jacket.
Yeah.
and they sell the drugs. They get the $5,000.
I love the whole look of this whole scene, by the way.
And it's shot wonderfully.
Yeah,
it's great.
But just the whole atmosphere of that house and
it's very oppressive. Yeah. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But
so they've got the money.
They've got the money. They're just not leaving.
Yeah.
Todd doesn't want to go.
Yeah, because he has another fucking mission.
You see when he walks in, he is sweating buckets.
Yeah. Todd is obviously way more nervous than everyone else.
Yeah, because he has a gun. He walked in and he had a gun, and they were like, "Whoa, what the fuck is that?"
But there's this wonderful almost breakdown scene of Mark Wahlberg's character just silently staring.
Yeah,
and you can just see it in his face. That he's losing any hope of wanting to be there.
It's just the music playing, and you can't hear anything anyone is saying.
Yeah, and also you see that the black house guard, the other guy, the guy who took their coke and is looking over it, he has a gun.
Yeah,
a much bigger gun than they have.
Very big gun.
He has two very large guns.
They only see one of the guns though.
And then. What happened? Do they get up, or does he bust out his pistol?
No. The guy pulls out his pistol.
The guy pulls out his pistol.
He starts fucking with him.
And he starts showing him it, right? And then he puts the bullet in and he screams at him, "Dare me, dare me, dare me!" And he's playing Russian roulette with himself. And he pulls the trigger, and it doesn't go off. And then they crack a few jokes, and then Mark Wahlberg and John C. Reilly's characters get up to leave, and they're getting ready to go. They're like, "Oh, well, let's go." And they're doing the whole spiel about getting out of there. And the guy's like, "Oh, I'll stay for a while longer."
And
then Todd just goes, "Go to the master bedroom, open the safe, and give everything to me." And he says that a couple more times. And then he gets up and he pulls out his gun. And then he points it at the black guy. And he's like, "Don't pull out your gun." And then the crazy guy that they sold the coke to, well, he still has a gun with a bullet in it. So he shoots Todd.
Yeah, but he just does it.
Yeah. So Todd shoots the black guy. And then Todd has taken a bullet at this point.
To his shoulder.
Yeah, and then the black guy starts shooting at
John C. Reilly and Dirk.
And don't know what's going the fuck on.
Yeah, well, they didn't know about Todd attempting to rob the safe because they didn't know he was going to do that. But they were definitely ripping him off for $5,000 with the coke. But he shoots and I presume kills the guard and then moves to the bedroom where Todd's fucking guts get blown apart with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Because the crazy guys grabbed a shotgun. And so John C. Reilly and Dirk Diggler fucking book it.
Oh, by the way, the whole reason they were there is their car, they needed money.
Yeah, they needed money. Their car's fucked up. The Corvette that Dirk Diggler has, the front of it is fucked up.
Yeah, and then bathrobe guy runs out after them and he shoots their fucking car and the brakes get cut when he shoots, right? And the car just starts rolling.
No. The brake put him in neutral.
No, he put it in neutral and then started pushing it.
Yeah, okay.
No, what happens is he starts the car, puts it in drive, and runs out of fuel eventually.
Oh, right.
Well, what first happens is John C. Reilly tries to get in, and then he starts shooting at him.
Yeah, so John C. Reilly just fucking books it.
Is that the last that we see of him?
No, he shows up in the epilogue playing with the baby.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then...
But that's... Yeah, he runs
John C.
away.
Reilly jumps in a bush. Dirk
runs away with his car, and then we come to the final scene of the movie, where Dirk has the breakdown to Burt Reynolds' character, and they have a very nice hug.
Yeah.
And then Dirk's character arc comes to a close. He goes from...
Yeah, well, and also Amber, because then he's crying.
I was going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
Because he has experienced his meteoric rise and his crashing fall, and is put back to where he was at the beginning of the story, a new person. Also, Amber gets a new defining moment where she gets to help Dirk with his transition in a very motherly way. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, we get a very nice epilogue with most of the characters achieving what they want. Don Cheadle gets his stereo store. Luis Guzman gets a nightclub with his brothers.
And I do have to say, for a movie that does get very dark, it is nice that the ending is a little bit more positive, I think.
Yeah, I actually think that the ending is very positive compared to the rest of the film. But I think it leaves things vague in a lot of ways. That they could obviously go bad, and that they're still at the end of their part of the industry.
Right, for sure.
But you get a final scene with Mark Wahlberg where you get to see his monster cock.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's actually the best punchline of the movie.
Because the whole movie...
everybody looks at his cock and they
up.
go, oh my god, what a huge cock. And you
Yeah.
never see it. And then he's practicing his lines for his next movie. And then he's all like, I've got a 13-inch cock. And he says he's a star a couple times. And then he gets up and he pulls his cock out. And it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's definitely a stunt cock.
Yeah. And
he's
goes,
like, you're a star. I'm a star. And then the movie's over.
Yeah.
So this was written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure, and this should be looked up because I really do want to know.
Oh,
Is that the Paul Thomas Anderson that fucking directed all the Resident Evil movies?
I don't know.
What do you guys look that up?
I'm on the IMDb right now. I'll take a look.
So I would love to know.
Boogie Nights. What? Punch Drunk Love.
Really, Punch Drunk Love
Inherent Vice.
Adam Sandler's best movie.
Huh.
I'm not seeing any of those.
Oh, that's Paul W.S. Thomas Anderson or whatever.
But shit, I didn't expect Punch Drunk Love. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ever seen Inherent Vice?
No.
It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's a lot less fun than Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
So you guys want to give ratings on Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to talk about regarding it?
No.
Not anything big anyway.
Yeah. I guess I'll go first.
No. Let's have our guests go first.
Oh,
Rebeckah?
yeah.
I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah?
I'd give it like an 8.5. It was very uncomfortable in a bunch of the porn scenes, just because I'm watching it with a bunch of other people.
Y'all gotta get over your weird stigmas about watching porn.
Look, I don't want to watch The Butt Detective because
You
that's
don't
a
wanna
real porno.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch an actual porno.
Just get over it, Eric. It's just the Butt Detective, alright?
We may or may not cover The Butt Detective.
We'll talk. It might end up just being me, Alex, and Ireland doing the Butt Detective.
You guys will have to give the backstory of the
Ireland has
Sure,
to.
that's fine. Yeah.
That can be in the Butt Detective.
Ireland has to
episode.
incorporate in his rating whether or not it made him come. That's the only.
So,
one.
is the idea that we're all jacking off while watching the Butt Detective?
no.
Because, that's the only way to know if it would have made Ireland come.
Well, he could be doing it while we're
Well, if Ireland's jacking off while we're watching the Butt
Then
Detective,
you're
I'm
gonna
jacking
do
off
it.
too.
We'll get little dividers.
like they have in school.
Yeah, but then you have to watch the Butt Detective.
We'll set up a bunch of booths like the fuck that Pee Wee Herman got caught at.
Oh.
We'll
Do you
just set
ever
up.
remember those testing days at school?
Yeah.
In the computer lab where they had those big testing boards so
Yeah.
you wouldn't look at other people's
We'll get
screens.
those big Legos that are called Everblocks, and we'll just build up walls, and we'll just make little porno booths.
Alright, for just the very mildest amount of context, The Butt Detective is a pornography film that Alex got from Rebecca's stepfather.
Okay,
we were
he did.
searching through a pile of VHS tapes, and this was discovered.
Yeah, there's also 3 other porno movies in there.
But
Wasn't there also a shirt that said "cunt" on it?
No, that was that was
Oh.
a orgasm donor shirt.
Yeah.
orgasm donor.
which is still in my home somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta find
That
that.
was
That's
such a
shirt.
great bit when you rolled up to my house and you just had that shirt on.
That was really good. That was really good because I had to stop and put it on because I was coming from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Boogie Nights, yeah?
Yeah.
Alex, you got rating on Boogie Nights?
Alright, I went into Boogie Nights completely blind. I didn't know what to expect. I had heard the song Boogie Nights, and that's it. And I saw Mark Wahlberg, and then, I watched the movie. I'd give that a 9. That was a good fucking movie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll give my rating then. Boogie Nights. I, like Alex, was coming in pretty much completely blind. I'd of course heard of the movie, and I knew Luis Guzman was in it, and
I knew most of the cast was in it, of course. And, I've always liked Burt Reynolds, and I like Luis Guzman, and I like Don Cheadle, and I like most of them. I like John C. Reilly. I'm not really the biggest Mark Wahlberg fan. I think his acting can be a little bland sometimes, but I actually think that they use that to great effect in this movie, because his character is supposed to be this naive, almost bland, passé kind of person.
His special thing in life is that he has a huge dick.
His great skill is this huge cock.
Yeah.
He's not particularly smart or funny or anything. He just kind of has...
Him and his girlfriend have a conversation about how
his
dick was a gift.
Yeah, him and his high school girlfriend, who his mother calls a whore and a slut a couple times.
He also did say that she was not his girlfriend.
Yeah, but it was his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, at least his fuck buddy.
Yeah.
But they have a whole conversation about how great his dick is. But, I mean, I honestly think that this movie is, really good. And definitely worth the 2.5 hours it took to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And... I mean, I wish I had watched it early in life because, it was pretty excellent. It's no fucking Into the Spider-Verse. 85 out of 100.
All right. So this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I really love movies like this. I think what makes it one of my favorite movies of all time. Well, okay.
Shit! You know what I would call this movie?
What?
An ensemble movie.
That's good. I'm a big fan of ensemble movies in general. I also really like the film Happiness from 1998. Pulp Fiction is up there for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I think what makes a movie one of my favorite movies is it just needs to have 2 or 3 perfect scenes for me. And I think this movie has that in it.
I mean, this movie works really well coherently, but I think its strength is on individual scenes.
Yeah, but it has 2 or 3 scenes that you go that's a fucking excellent scene.
Yeah.
And that's what makes or breaks a movie for me. If something is just pretty solid all the way through, I'm probably not going to remember it or think about it as fondly as if there's, more peaks and valleys in the quality, but the highs are really high, and there are a few scenes that I go that's fucking excellent. And this movie has that for me, and it never really dips in quality either. Every scene is engaging.
Yeah, it stays very consistent. And
I'm engaged with all of the characters and their individual arcs and how their arcs intertwine and everything. And I really like the setting. I love the 70s as a setting. I love...
late 70s, early 80s in this case. Because a good chunk of the movie is set in 83, something like that.
Yeah, fair enough. But I just love that whole era and style.
It's a very fun time for films.
Drugs were
I mean, we're getting a lot of movies set in the 80s right now. I think Bumblebee just came out.
Yeah, Bumblebee was 87 is when it was set.
But, I mean... If we take the 20 years rule, which is which
you can apply to this movie, as Brenton pointed out.
So the 20 years rule, if our podcast listeners do not know, is just a general rule of thumb about what we as a society nostalgically kind of care about. But right now, the big thing is late 80s, early 90s. That's where
we're getting lots of synth, lots of
lots of stuff set in that time, but 20 years ago, it's it's 20 or 30 years, but 20 years ago was 1998. A lot of the shit we have right now is late 80s, early 90s, and that'll keep sliding forward pretty much indefinitely. But this movie came out in 1997. First year it's set in, because it's set over the course of a couple. First year it's set in 1977. 20 years, exactly.
And then it goes to 83.
Yeah.
Or 84.
83 or 84, something like that.
So I'm going to give this 2 thumbs up. One of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Well, that's Boogie Nights. You guys have anything else we want to talk about? We want to say what the next movie is? It's your choice, right, Alex?
Yeah, I was just watching Garbage one day, and I stumbled across... I'm blanking on his name super hard. Kevin Bacon, yeah.
Kevin Bacon?
Just a Kevin Bacon movie that I'd never heard of called Hollow Man. Somebody might have heard of it. I don't think it's obscure. I had just never heard of it.
I know I've never seen it.
It had some people I wasn't expecting, like Josh Brolin. I didn't expect that.
More like Josh Brolin.
Oh.
He's rolling in Puss in that movie.
Is he?
At a few points, yeah.
Alex told me the general plot of this film because I didn't care. Nothing.
I'll say one thing about it. It is a slight. I think it's more of a future take on the Invisible Man, like that old movie or book.
Yeah, Alex told me the general plot for this movie, and I'd say it sounds interesting, and I'm excited to do it.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Wait. Did you stop the recording?
No, not yet.
Okay. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Rebeckah, you have anything you want to plug? Any internet things?
Ring that bell.
Yeah, ring that bell.
Yeah, ring that. Well, I mean, do you have like a Twitter you want people to go follow or anything?
No, I don't really care.
You don't care?
On Facebook.
I'm not one of those people who are like, follow me on Instagram. I really don't care.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I only bring it up because I'd like to see this channel grow, but I figure if you're going to be a guest, you might as well have the opportunity to plug something.
Yeah, I don't have
plug my
anything
Fortnite name.
interesting.
Come add me on Fortnite.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for listening to the podcast if you listen to it, and go fuck yourself.